Like they're trying to remove your creature and they think they're doing a good thing, and then I just benefit from it. I'm like,
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to draw 24 cards. And how do you come back from that? You know what I mean? Like I have so many resources with 24 cards that I can just recast my commander next turn.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Faerie Conclave. This is episode 130. I'm your host, Alec, and I'm super excited to be joined by an extra special guest. It's Taalia. How are you doing today, Taalia?
Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, yeah, I'm excited to have you here. And one thing I've been thinking about that we realized this morning is how last time I had you on for an episode, it was in 2022.
Wow.
So if you can
That's
believe,
crazy.
I know. If you can believe, it's already been almost 4 years since then, which I can't, but I'm
wild.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you back for a second one. And I did want to check in before we start talking about the new deck that we've got to talk about today. In 2022, I interviewed you about your Zayatora deck.
Yes.
So I wanted to check in with you on, is that deck still with us? Is it still around?
Absolutely. And not a lot of my decks have made it, but that one has stuck around. I mean, with the last couple of years of sets, we've had some really great upgrades for just effects like that, tokens, creating treasures. So yeah, it's not going anywhere. The deck does a lot. It's super fun to play, and I'm still playing it. I don't play it as much anymore as I used to in the past, just because I got new decks to play and ones I'm really excited about, which is one of the ones I'm going to talk about today.
Yes, yeah. Okay, I'm really excited about that. And okay, before we get too far into it, will you please introduce yourself and all the cool stuff that you do in the Magic community?
Yes. Hi, I'm Taalia Vess, and I just really love playing Magic the Gathering and connecting with everyone in the space. Just when I started playing Magic, it was just kitchen table, and it felt very lonely and isolating. So I started putting myself on the internet and to make friends. And so here I am. You can pretty much find me everywhere on social media. And you can also find me at MagicCons. So I'll be going to the one in June, which is in Vegas. So if you see me, please come say hello.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's the best motivator for getting into content is because you want to just like meet more people who play this game.
I wanted to find like-minded people. I mean, I was in my 20s. I had no friends. I just worked and like, yeah, I played at my kitchen table with my brother and my cousin, but like they're cool, but like I just wanted to meet like more people, so
totally.
Yeah.
That's one of my New Year's resolutions this year is I'm trying to have like kind of a recurring Magic night every week that is just like super casual. Like I'll invite a bunch of people to it, whoever can show up each week.
I love that.
Yeah, that's my goal for this year.
I want to do that. So I have a friend that literally just moved down the road, and he has a girlfriend, and I'm trying to get them into gaming because. And I taught them how to play Magic, so I'm hoping they get the bug. But yeah, I want more people to play with. That's like locally, so that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do that. We'll see.
Yeah. My go-to is, and I've been doing this with like anyone who's interested, like coworkers or friends or acquaintances. I'll just get some packs of Jumpstart, and then I have this like very simple PowerPoint presentation that's basically just like. Lands, spells, tap lands, cast spells, start with 20 life, and it just like is super basic.
I love that.
So
okay, you might have to share the PowerPoint with everyone.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like
maybe I should.
Yeah. But wait, put it behind a paywall though. You can access this if you join the Patreon.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
This is a business we're running here.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
You gotta have some, I don't even know. You gotta make money with your friends.
Yeah.
I've been, it's been pretty good. I'll just like go through this PowerPoint for like 10 minutes, and then crack open some Jumpstart so they get kind of the like crack packing experience, which everyone loves. And then you just immediately have a deck ready to go. It's been really fun.
It's like the best way to teach somebody how to play, for sure.
Yeah, totally agreed. And then my goal is like hopefully after playing Jumpstart a few times, we can just like jump right into Commander, which is quite a difference. But I do think once you start playing Commander, you're like, and it's not too overwhelming, you're like hooked for life after that. So
for sure. I have a question for you before we get to my interview.
Okay.
So when you started playing Magic, Jumpstart wasn't a thing. So how did you learn how to play Magic?
Ooh, I love that question. So I started playing Magic in 2011. And at the time, I think Innistrad had already come out. So that was like out on shelves.
Dang.
I know, right?
That was a good set.
Yeah, it was a great time to start. I've always been kind of a like horror movie fan, so that immediately caught my attention. But the first deck I actually got was the core set. They were basically precons at the time, but they were like 60 card decks.
Yeah, they were like in a little package.
Yeah, a little 60 card pack, and sometimes it would come with like a couple booster packs. So I remember getting a black-red core set pack. I think it must have been core set 2012, because it had a bunch of cards from Innistrad in it. And I was just hooked after that. So I learned to play with these like very simple like core set pre-constructed decks with some friends who got the same decks. And Commander.
So were they like standard?
They were
kind of decks.
Standard.
They were like standard decks. Got you. Okay.
They were standard decks that would never be good in a standard like competition. Like they weren't competitive
they're
at
like,
all.
yeah. Got you.
But they were technically standard decks, and I do remember the Commander decks being out at the time, but it just wasn't like, none of my friends played Commander, and it was like very unpopular at the time. It was very niche. So I actually didn't start playing Commander until 2015 when those 2015 precons came out.
Nice.
So I guess I learned through standard with some like those like old precons. Yeah. What about you?
So I learned because I was playing D&D for a couple years, and at the end of the campaign, one of the guys brought a fat pack. And we drafted it.
Fun.
But I had already played draft style games like Ascension and stuff like that. So I was like already really familiar with the draft mechanic. So I was like, yeah, let's go. I ended up like crushing everybody.
Nice.
And I was like, I love this game. Like, let's go.
That's awesome.
And nice. I love Limited. Limited is my favorite still.
Yeah.
Commander is a close second, but Limited is, I just love drafting, and I love putting the puzzle together live, like it's great.
Yeah, me too. I think I definitely like played occasionally when I first started with those standard precons, but I didn't like get deep into it until Avacyn Restored came out. And my friends and I drafted that, and that was my first time doing Limited.
That's when I like started getting into Magic. I saw the angel on the cover, and I was like, I need her.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was my first Commander deck too. Was Taalia with Angel. Ooh. Well, she's not even an angel. Okay, that's very deceiving. But she summons angels.
Yeah,
so.
Totally. Yeah, she has the vibes of the angels. That's awesome.
How is she not an angel? I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Have you cosplayed Avacyn?
No, I would love to though.
That would be a fun throwback.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah. Her design.
Are we gonna see Avacyn again, you think? It's been a while.
That's a great question. I know she's technically dead, right? Like,
right.
Or
but you never know.
Yeah, she was like
I'm not good at magic lore, but I'm just saying, you never know.
And I it's true. And I feel like the angels, if I remember the lore correctly, they're kind of like, they emerge if people like pray to them, basically.
Yeah.
So, maybe we need somebody to come fight the Eldrazi again. Sweet. Okay. I'm really hyped to get into talking about this commander deck today. Really quick before we do, I always shout out a patron at the Conclave Mentor patron level. So Lee, thank you so much for being a patron. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Lee.
Yeah. And and I should also mention, this episode will be coming out on the 6th anniversary of the Faerie Conclave. So I've been making the show for 6 years as of today.
That's wild.
And yeah, I'm happy. I wouldn't have anyone else as my 6-year anniversary celebration guest.
Oh
Taalia,
my God.
So
don't make me cry. Oh, well, you know what? That is really random that it's your 6th anniversary, because the commander I'm talking about today is 6 mana.
Yes. Okay.
And also has a toughness of 6. Can anybody guess who I'm going to be talking about?
I'm so excited. And
it's probably in the title of the video, so...
Oh, yeah, there might be a spoiler there, too. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I thought that was cool.
I think so, too. Totally unplanned. But yeah, 6th anniversary, and we've got probably one of the most iconic 6-drops of all time. And also a deck you're like very much known for. I know you played this deck in quite a few places. So yeah, Taalia, let's get into it.
Yeah, I play this deck a lot. And it's so fun. It's just a vanilla creature that does nothing. And that is part of the appeal of why I wanted to build around this deck, is because it's just an 18/6 that does nothing. And I'm talking about Yargle and Multani, which Wizards know, these game designers know exactly what they're doing, making this an 18/6 with a lot of cards that have this giant growth +3/+3. So I can get in the perfect amount of commander damage, which I also love doing. Like, if I can just attack you for 21 and game over versus 40, we're gonna go that route. So I play a lot of Voltron decks, and I love commander damage. So another reason why I wanted to build this deck is because it's just big and stompy. And I do play a lot of blue decks and just decks that have a lot higher level of thinking, but sometimes I just want to like one punch people in the face.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what this deck does. I call it my one punch frog. And if you've seen me play this on any stream or other YouTube channel, you'll see, like, it's just out of nowhere. I just punch everybody and boom, like they're gone. Like, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I built a deck around Tarion the World Tyrant, which probably nobody remembers, but it was a legendary creature from Ether Drift. And it's just a 5 mana 9/7, and that's it. It's in green only, but it's I just really liked the thought of trying to build a deck around a commander like that, where you have to figure out the strategy of the deck entirely in the deck. Like, the commander, I mean, it has high power and toughness, which you can kind of work with, but aside from that, it doesn't do anything. So you have to figure out what to do with it. And yeah, I think that's a really fun challenge. And it turns out there's a lot of cards in green and also in black for you that care about high power, and just like chef's kiss work really well with that type of deck.
Yeah, there's some cards in here that I'm going to talk about later that actually shocked the professor. I'm using some like old cards that a lot of people don't expect, especially in black.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to talk about that. Something else I wanted to mention is this deck has a bracket level of 2, which I wanted to have another bracket level 2 deck, because like when you're at cons, you're going to meet all kinds of people playing, maybe they're just starting Magic and they have pre-cons, and I wanted to have something that was strong, but like, still lower level. and approachable for people. And especially even if somebody's like learning how to play Magic or they're just starting, I'm like, hey, play my Yargle and Multani deck. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. So it always like, you're going to have a good time with this deck.
Yes, I totally remember getting absolutely destroyed by your Yargle and Multani deck. And I was playing my Tarian deck at the time. So I was like, we can do a little vanilla versus vanilla.
Oh, yeah, that's
off.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And one thing I do remember from that game is I was about to get killed by Yargle and Multani. And then I used like a removal spell on it. And I was like, okay, I'm safe for a turn. And then like immediately after, I think you played Lightning Greaves or Swiftfoot Boots or something, and then recast Yargle and Multani and just gave it haste and then killed me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
I love it.
Was not safe for very long there.
Love it.
Yeah, it's so funny. I just love this deck. It's like one thing that that you mentioned, just having like kind of a bracket 2 deck that you can play without using a lot of brain cells. I think everyone needs one of those at all times, especially if you are playing at conventions or if you're just like with your friends playing Magic for 7 hours.
Yeah, it's a good, quick, don't have to think a lot, just punch. And
yeah,
sometimes you need that,
yeah,
after a long game. It happens. Your brain gets tired. Your brain gets
true.
tired.
And all you can think about is counting to 21 with your your commander. So
yeah, you worry about making him unblockable and then giving him +3. That's like all you are trying to do.
Yeah,
but it's also really fun.
It is. Yeah, it's like simple but satisfying and fun. And I do think there's some intrigue too with like who to attack with it first, like who you're trying to get out of the game first.
Oh, for sure.
So there's a lot of like kind of evaluating what your opponents are doing too to figure that out. Yeah, and I think that's cool too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I want to get a little more into is the deck's history. What kinds of like changes or cards have you added in the last like couple years that you've really enjoyed in this deck?
Interesting. So I haven't added much besides, I'm looking through my list here. When Final Fantasy came out, I had to add the Jumbo Cactuar.
Oh.
Because it's just I mean, it's just fun. 9,999. Like, it would just be really fun to make that unblockable or give it trample, which I have plenty of in this deck. And then like I've always wanted to pull that off. I haven't yet. But the deck hasn't changed much other than that. And for those of y'all watching or listening, I have another version of this deck that I used on Shuffle Up and Play, and it's a $50 version of the deck. Ooh. And even then, I'm not gonna lie, there have been some times where I've picked up the deck, taking it to a power 3 or 4 level table, thinking that it was my strong Yargle and Multani, and it was the $50 one, and it still performed. So I was like, wow. So I have both lists, for like both budgets, but that's another good reason why you could build and play this, is because it's really approachable and really affordable for people too. Yeah,
that's really nice. I do think there's some strategies that work a lot better with lower budgets, and I think this is a great one. Like if you're looking for a deck for like a Secret Santa, or for your friend's birthday, or to like, I don't know, you want to build a deck for somebody but don't want to spend $300 on it, then a Voltron deck where you just get a bunch of cheap equipment that make Yargle's power +3, then that's fabulous. Like that's a really good way to go. I like that advice a lot.
Yeah.
Sweet. Is there anything else you'd like to mention when it comes to just like what you like most about playing this deck?
What the thing I like most about playing this deck is like just the shock of people, like when they see just the commander damage, they can't do anything about it coming at them, and they're like, and it happens so fast because I do have a lot of ramp, and they're just like, how did that happen so fast? Like I love that. I love that. Rip the Jeweled Lotus though. It was definitely a lot easier to cast this with the Jeweled Lotus. But you know, I still have my ways of getting it out pretty fast. So yeah, I just love seeing like the surprise on people's faces when they're taking like 20-30 minute turns. And then I'm just like, you know, all right, I'll attack you for 21 and you're gone. You know? And they're like, what? What just happened? I didn't see that coming. And I'm like, it was right there.
Yeah.
The card is on the table. But now people are catching on. Now people are catching on. They're like, okay, Yargle's on the table. What are we going to do about it? That's why it's important to have some protection in this deck too, which we'll talk more about later. But
okay, perfect. Yeah. So, okay, I do want to get into some of a little more specific cards in the deck. So when it comes to like the goals that you have, which are basically just attacking with commander damage, what are some cards in here that you are like looking for to help you get like after you've got Yargle and Multani down? What are some cards that you try to follow it up with to get that damage through?
All right, so my perfect opening hand for this deck is going to have at least 3 lands. I want to have ramp. If I see a cultivate or just any type of ramp, I'm going to keep that hand. That's just like a perfect hand. But cherry on top is if I have one of these 2 cards. Well, there's other cards that do this effect, but something like Wedding Invitation or Key to the City are going to be really, really important for this deck to have very early on. They're both 2 mana to cast, and basically later on it will make your Yargle unblockable, but it has a lot of utility early on in the game, like giving you card draw, which is really, really important. So Key to the City, whenever it becomes untapped, you can pay 2 and then draw a card. And basically you have to tap it, discard a card, and make a creature unblockable. And then Wedding Invitation, when it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and then you can later sacrifice it to make a creature unblockable. So like if I have anything like that, or of course Boots, or the other important thing with this deck is giving it +3/+3. So if I see anything like Hero's Blade, whenever a legendary, this is the perfect card to have in your opening hand. Ooh. So whenever you play Yargle, it automatically attaches to Yargle because it gets around. It says whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield, you can attach Hero's Blade to it. So you don't have to pay the equip costs, and it automatically gives Yargle +3/+2. So if you have just like those few key pieces, you're good. You're amazing. Good. Or even like this little 1 mana enchantment called Seal of Strength. You can sacrifice it. Target creature gets +3/+3 until the end of turn. It's a 1 mana card. It comes out as an enchantment. You save it for later when you need it, you know? Stuff like that. That's what I'm looking for in like the perfect hand, perfect way to start this game.
That's awesome. Yeah. One thing I do like about this deck is, for the most part, you can like, your opponents can see it coming. Like you've got the setup with like a key. If a Key to the City is out, they kind of know what to expect.
They do.
Yeah. And I do think that's,
but they have to have the answers.
Totally. Yeah.
And that early on, people are really like focusing on boarding up or building up their board state and like potentially ramping, or like they're not too focused on that, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? And if they did have spot removal, hopefully you have Boots by now, giving it Shroud or something, or you can Shroud is tricky with Yargle, but you know, we have cards like Heroic Intervention, things that protect it. Like you definitely want to have that.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I do think, I mean, if somebody uses a removal spell on like my Key to the City, I mean, that's one of those cards that's like,
cool.
Like for sure that was probably going to get you later, but it does feel good to like get a removal spell out of the way on something like that. So yeah, it's a nice balance of kind of like, you keep things a little low key until it's too late, basically. I mean, it's a little tricky because you don't want to put the Key to the City out super, super early. Like maybe you ramp first, maybe you put out like
I don't know, like a boots or something. I don't know. Maybe the boots are better than Key to the City. It's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when you put out something like that early on, like you are going to be targeted for artifact removal for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
It's tricky.
That perfectly leads me into my next question for you, which is, what are this deck's weaknesses that you have to like watch out for from your opponents?
Oh, you know what? Really quick, there was one other card that I wanted to mention.
Ooh, yeah.
Before we move on, gosh, what is it called? There's another strategy to keep people kind of off the radar, and it is by helping everyone else. So you look like you're helping everyone else. And what is that card called? It's like 1 mana and it gives everything haste. And why am I blanking on this?
Concordant Crossroads.
Concordant Crossroads. So you're like, turn 1, okay, hey, like I'm helping you all out. Everything's gonna have haste, but like really, you're just setting yourself up. You know, like you don't care about their creatures having haste. You just want Yargle to have haste.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like another. Just I like that card. It's just a fun card.
Me too. Yeah.
So as far as weaknesses for this deck, how do most people answer this question? Because I feel like it doesn't. I feel like this is like, I feel like it's so good. Weaknesses. What is it weak against?
Yeah, this one it's kind of funny because I feel like it does fit into bracket too, because like Yargle and Multani can get taken out by a board wipe pretty easily, but you've got a lot of mana ramp, so you can always like just recast it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it is weak to a lot of stuff, but it also kind of doesn't care too much.
It just comes back.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say I do have a little trick up my sleeve. When somebody does target me and I don't have protection, I have Momentous Fall. And for some reason, I always draw this card. So as an additional cost to cast Momentous Fall, sacrifice a creature. So if somebody's targeting me, okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to sacrifice it instead. You draw cards equal to that sacrifice creature's power and gain life equal to its toughness. So this is just so versatile. Like if you're in a moment where you're attacking and you've already plus, 3+3, you're going to be drawing 24 cards? I'm bad at math. 24 cards. Like they're trying to remove your creature and they think they're doing a good thing. And then I just benefit from it. I'm like, actually, I'm going to draw 24 cards. And how do you come back from that? You know what I mean? Like I have so many resources with 24 cards that I can just recast my commander next turn, hopefully. Yeah. And there's another one that helps me achieve that. And it's one of my favorite cards in the deck called Traverse the Outlands. Search your library for X basic land cards where X is the greatest power among creatures you control, and you automatically put them onto the battlefield tapped. But, oh my God, you're getting like 18 to 24 lands out of your deck with this one card.
So good.
And then you just recast Yargle and Multani. So yes, I think it's weak to removal, but there are answers to get you there faster,
Totally. Yeah. It's fun too, because it's like your opponents are trying to slow you down, but then you're able to kind of like use that against them and come back the next turn like even stronger with over 20 cards in your hand or 20 lands.
Yeah, that's typically how things go. So yeah. And then there's a card that I actually don't really draw too much, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it asceticism?
Oh, maybe? Yeah.
Asceticism? So you could potentially like regenerate your target creature as well for 2. It's an enchantment that creatures you control can't be the targets of spells or abilities your opponents control. So that's pretty good. And then you can also regenerate.
So that's in there as well. Yeah. No,
yeah.
I might need to steal this for my Tarian deck. I also don't know if I've ever said the name of this card out loud before, so I can't help there.
Please forgive me, everyone. I'm really sorry. There is a correct way to pronounce that card.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That seems really good. Nice. Okay, I love that. Yeah, and it's nice to. I think that's a great like deck building. That shows like clever deck building where you're aware of the weaknesses and you accept them, but you also have ways to like get out of it so that you aren't just devastated and 2 turns behind if you get board wiped or something like that. So yeah, that's cool.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. Sweet. Okay, so I want to get more into like some of the notable cards that have specific purposes in this deck. And I have a couple that I would love to shout out, but what cards do you have that you would love to shout out that just like chef's kiss work really well with Yargle and Multani?
Wait, which one were you thinking?
Oh, okay. The one I wanted
Which one?
Skullspore Nexus is the one I'm like.
Interesting. Okay, so Skullspore Nexus is a card that did kind of enter more recently. And I actually haven't really drawn or played with it much, but it says whenever 1 or more non-token creatures you control die, you make a green fungus dinosaur token with base power and toughness equal to the total power of those creatures. And it costs XLS to cast, so you're basically casting this for probably like 2. Yeah. And then for 2, it says double target creature's power until the end of turn. Okay. Honestly, I think this is one that I would love to take out.
Ooh, okay.
I think this is like, that's so funny that you pointed this card out, because I feel like that's the one card that, like, yes, it's 2, and then for 2 you can double the power, but I don't know. Like, I would almost rather, gosh, I don't know what I would put in place of it. If y'all have any suggestions, let me know. But I feel like the 2 times I've drawn this card, I've just been like, I don't need it. You know what I mean?
Fair. Yeah.
It's like, I don't need the double. I just need a 1-mana giant growth like effect.
That's fair. Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it,
then you're paying 2.
Yeah, and I
activate it. I don't know.
It does make more sense in Tarian, since that's 9 power. The like doubling gets it up to 18, but for you probably don't even need that. And
I mean, don't get me wrong. Good point. It is cool if you want to draw double the amount of cards, which I have done with this. Actually, I have done that, where I drew like 40 something cards.
Oh my god,
that has happened. So that is a reason to maybe keep it. But that's a very specific reason, and I don't know.
Okay, that's a good point.
This is a card I'm testing. Yeah.
And it's interesting how one card that's really good in my vanilla legendary creatures deck is like just not as good in your vanilla legendary creature deck. So yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know. Another one I'm kind of testing in something, the newest one I've added was the Jumbo Cactuar. And I just wanted to pull it off. Like, whenever this creature attacks, it gets 9,9999 and potentially trample and unblockable. Like, I just think it would be funny, but probably there's better cards. Actually, I know 100% there's a better card for me than this, but that's the newest edition.
And that's just a fun one, though, because you've got so many other cards that care about having high power that why not the highest power possible, and then use it on that for now as like a backup plan to Yargle and Multani. I really like that card in here.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the idea. I think it's just like, if you need to swing, it's huge. It's just funny.
It's just funny.
It's a backup.
Yeah. And what are we doing with a deck like this if not being whimsical about it? So
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Nice. Yeah. I feel like you don't realize how many cards are in these colors that like care about the power of your creatures until you start building a deck like this. But I mean, some of the same ones I have in my deck are like Selvala makes mana equal to the greatest power of creatures you control.
Selvala is probably one of the most powerful cards, like scariest cards, I would say, just because as soon as you play her, it's always a target. And I believe his card is played a lot in CDH.
I think so, yeah.
Or higher level power type games. So
it's a scary one.
But you know what? Like, I haven't really seen it much. Out of all my games I play, I haven't really seen it much. And but it is good, and it's staying. It is staying for sure.
It's funny when there's some cards in your deck that are just like, I know this is really good in here, and I played 10 games and just have not drawn it once or seen it in the deck at all. So
yeah.
It's always funny when stuff like that happens.
But I feel that way with the Jared or Gerard, the Golgari Lich Lord, which is also in this. I've like never seen it.
Like theoretically it's in there.
Ever.
Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, sacrifice another creature, each opponent loses life equal to that sacrifice creature's power. So that's actually a good point. So like doubling with the Nexus and then sacrificing it to deal damage to everyone is pretty cool. That's just lethal for everybody, unless they like gained a bunch of life. But I never really noticed that. But that's another reason to keep the Nexus, I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's funny. I'm now getting like more convinced to take it out just because I mean, if you're already dealing 18 to everyone, that's probably good enough.
It's still
it's still really good.
And ideally 21. Ideally 21.
Right,
there's so many ways to do 21. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We'll just have to play this deck a little bit more to find out if it's how much the Skullspore Nexus helps with this other stuff. But yeah. And then one other card I do think it's good in the deck I have, but it's literally perfect in this deck is Hunter's Prowess, which is it's just a sorcery +3/+3 and trample, and then whenever it deals damage to a player, draw that many cards. There could not be a more perfect card for this.
I love that card so much. Every time I draw it, I'm just filled with joy. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna draw so many cards. It's like my favorite thing to do. That's one of my favorite cards in the deck for sure.
That's really good.
Gosh, so good. All right, so there's actually quite a few MVP cards here that I have gotten so many people with, so many Magic professionals, streamers, prof. People are like, what? This exists? And that is these two cards here. Rite of Consumption, which as an additional cost to play Rite of Consumption, you sacrifice a creature. All right. And just say we've already, given Yargle +3 or doubled, which is another good. That's doubling it would be really sick for this. So Rite of Consumption deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature's power to a target player, and you gain life this way. So you swing in for lethal with Yargle at a player. It's unblockable, whatever. Then you sacrifice it and you off somebody else, like just 2 for 1. Good. Like boom, done. And I've gotten so many people with that card. And also Essence Harvest, which target player loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. So similar effect, except I don't have to sacrifice it.
Yeah.
Which is really good.
That's huge.
So these are my 2 MVP cards. If I get these in my hand, I am like, I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Like it's game over. It's game over.
That's pretty nice too. Like Essence Harvest, just the random, like you gain the life too. So now if your life total is like getting a little low, you're like, boom, here's 18, 21, 24 more life, just in case.
Yep.
Just in case.
I got Prof with I think it was Right of Consumption on Shuffle Up and Play.
Nice.
And everybody at the table was shocked, and then he was very, very pissed off. It's like doesn't feel good when there's like literally nothing you can do. It's just you're flinging your creature. Like this is a fling in black.
And nobody expects
which
the
I
fling in
love.
black. Yeah.
Exactly. So that was a great moment. I
love that. I will link to that moment in Shuffle Up and Play, so you can go check it out. Incredible.
That was the $50 budget one too. That was
nice.
The $50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of these cards you mentioned that are the MVPs are like, they're like cheap cards. Like Essence Harvest is like a bulk common that you can just get.
It's so cheap.
So that's awesome.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, 60 cents or something.
So yeah, exactly.
So good.
Oh, it's so good. So, okay. So those are the MVP cards in the deck. What about like pet cards in this deck? Do you have any spicy little pet cards that like maybe you shouldn't play in this deck, but you just love them so much that you can't resist?
That's an interesting. Oh, no, I got one. Dark Confidant.
Yes.
I mean, look at him. Look at this art. Like,
yes,
he's so cool. He's got the swag. Like, come on.
Classic.
Yeah, I have to. It doesn't really like fit the deck, I guess. At the beginning of your upkeep, you reveal the top card, and I lose life equal. But like all of my stuff, now besides Jumbo Cactuar, which I should probably take out, all of my stuff is fairly cheap on mana cost. So I'm okay with that. You know, drawing an extra card every turn. Like, yes, please.
That's
yes,
funny.
Please.
Yeah, I hadn't really realized, but this often like scares me in a commander deck just because I'm always playing like super high mana value stuff. But like scrolling through your list, you're right. Like Jumbo Cactuar is the only thing that, and even just getting hit for 7 is like not that bad if you get a cactus in your hand as a trade off. So
yeah,
that's pretty good.
My curve actually, I have tons of 2-drops and 1-drops, a few 3, and then when you get up to 4, there's only 3 4-drops, 1 5, 1 6, 1 7. So like it's like super low in the mana curve.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so I don't really. So Dark Confidant, pretty confident in playing him.
That's a good one too. I mean, speaking of like setup for Yargle and Multani, like it works for that. And yeah, I love that you shouted out the art first, because this art for this card is just like, it's so classic and iconic. So
I love it.
Big fan. Huge fan of that as your pet card in the deck. Nice.
Yep. And then another card that I really love. I don't know if I'd say it's a pet card. It's just really, really good in the deck. I would absolutely 100% play it every time. Is Trailblazer's Boots. So equipped creature has non-basic land walk. So it's unblockable as long as a defending player controls a non-basic land, which 99.9% of the time somebody's going to have a non-basic land. So this is just like another way to make Yargle unblockable. So I really like these Trailblazer's Boots.
That's perfect. Especially against me, I never play basics. I have like 5 basics in all my decks. So you just know.
I mean, most people don't.
Yeah.
Most people don't.
And that's super underrated card. Like people aren't going to really remove it until it's too late is kind of the vibe I feel like for this deck. So
yeah.
Incredible. Yeah. Incredible card. Nice. I love that. And it's so funny. One thing I just love thinking about is Yargle and Multani is this huge frog spirit elemental. And you're like, here's a little pair of metal boots for you to help defeat my
That's
opponents.
so funny.
Little boots and a little sword for you because that's what you needed. So
there is another new card in here that I put in that I kind of forgot about, and it is from Aether Drift. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because it's really good. I just read it again. 1 mana instant, target permanent you control gains hexproof and indestructible.
Oh wow.
Like,
that is really good.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. So I did add that. I actually just discovered a card that I probably will put in.
Ooh.
And it's this Tamiyo's Safekeeping.
Okay, yeah. That's a really good version of that.
I have it pulled to the side. I think I was considering putting this in there. But yeah. So again, 1 mana, giving hexproof and indestructible, but you gain 2 life. So like protecting Yargle is also really important for sure.
And that's one thing. I do love a kind of a creature-based green-black deck that has... They're not exactly like counterspells, but they kind of feel like counterspells. When somebody goes to remove Yargle and Multani, and you're just like, 1 mana, Tamiyo's Safekeeping, or Heroic Intervention, or whatever it is. That's always fun. You're like, I feel like I'm playing a blue deck, even though it's...
Yes,
even though it's
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have those like instant interactions.
Yeah.
Okay, another card that I forgot to talk about earlier is this group hug card, which I highly recommend in just so many decks that play green. And it's Eladamri's Vineyard.
Ooh.
It's a 1 mana enchantment. Have you seen this one?
Yes, I haven't played it though, but at the
beginning of each player's pre-combat phase, they add 2 green mana. So you're helping people, but like you're also just, helping yourself. But people tend to like, if you're helping them out a little bit, they kind of leave you alone for at least a few turns because they want that like extra mana. So that's a really, really great card that I kind of underrated originally. But
totally.
Oh, love it.
That's good. Yeah. And I do love the vibes of kind of cards like this where you're like, I'm helping everyone out so they won't look at me until I'm using this mana to play
till it's over.
Hasty Yargle and Multani.
It's over for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter what you did with the mana because you're gone.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite in-game moment that you would also like to talk about? Or did we kind of cover it with the killing the professor moment?
Oh, I mean, that was definitely a highlight moment, but I also had a similar moment. I was playing with Chad Magic live at a MagicCon, and Christian was trying so hard to get rid of Yargle and Multani, and I think they were playing mono white, and they ended up doing a path, but instead of being able to actually remove Yargle, I pulled one of those MVP cards out where I basically just sacrifice, and then I had already pumped up Yargle enough, so I did 40 damage to his face, and it was really great. So he was trying so hard. So he had tried to remove it, and then I had a protection spell, and then tried again, and I had the sacrifice as okay, now this is my last chance.
Basically playing blue here, yeah.
It was so fun. Yeah, that was hilarious. And that's also live on, or not live, but it's also recorded on YouTube. I play this deck a lot. I think this deck is great to play on streams, on live streams or on live shows, or because it's just easy to follow, not a lot going on.
And it's exciting too. I do think some strategies make for more TV gameplay, if that makes sense. They have an exciting conclusion where you're building up, and then there's an explosive ending type of thing. And I think this deck hits that perfectly. So
exactly, you don't want to bring Plarga Nasari where you're stealing everyone's creatures or cards on stream. That's so hard to do. So I think this is a good one to play digitally, or on spell table, things like that for sure. Okay, so I went through my deck. And I lied to you guys. Final Fantasy was not the last card that I put in this deck.
Ooh,
it actually was a Spider-Man card.
Whoa.
Which I forgot about.
Plot twist.
Yeah, and I have to update my list, which I will do. Because I took out Frogantua in place of Doc Ock's Tentacles. So one more card. Whenever a creature you control with mana value 5 or greater enters, you can attach your equipment to it. So, and it gets +4/+4, but it's 1 mana. So a 1 mana, this is better than the other card.
Wow.
1 mana +4/+4 equipment attached.
Wait, that's really good in this.
It's so good, right? All right. Spider-Man's not all that bad, okay? Look at this. Doc Ock Tentacle. That's a good card.
Yeah.
Great for any Voltron build.
That's really
1
good.
mana +4? Yeah.
Yeah, I do
All
feel
right.
like we might come back to Spider-Man and be like, you know what? There were a couple cards in there that like fit in certain places that, you know, maybe didn't get looked at the first time around.
Yeah. I think like for Commander, it's fine. I think not fine for Standard, right?
Totally. Yep.
Which I don't even play Standard, so can't really talk about it. But
yeah,
there was some cool cards for Commander.
Yeah,
Sure.
totally.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, I'm super excited for this next question. What is one of your favorite, like most memorable in-game moments that you've had while playing this deck? Was it the moment with the professor, or did you have something else you wanted to shout out?
He was really mad. Like he was so pissed. And I like pissing him off. Actually, it felt bad at the time, but now looking back, I'm like, yeah, he deserved that. He was about to win.
Oh, okay. He definitely deserved it then.
Yeah, he deserved that. Like, I don't feel bad. Oh my God. Like literally every time I play this deck, I have such a blast. Like there's so many memorable moments. I really liked playing against you when we did the face off, the vanilla.
That was fun. Yeah.
Face off. Yeah.
I do remember one thing I really liked about that game was we were in the like hotel lobby's restaurant on like a tiny little like circle table where I think we had like 2 playmats that the 4 of us were sharing because there wasn't enough space.
That was so bad.
It was terrible, but yeah.
That's not a good way to play.
not ideal at all. But I do feel like, I don't know, some of the most fun games of Magic are around like a terrible table that's like,
or you're sitting on the floor. You're like hunched over something. I don't know. And this is what we do. This is what we do at Magic Cons.
Yeah. That's what we do as Magic
players. The love of the game.
We want to play it so bad, we'll just throw it out on the floor somewhere. It's so good. Sweet. Okay.
That was fun.
Well, Taalia, this has been so much fun, and I love everything about this deck. The hard part for me about interviewing people about the decks that I love so much like this is like by the end I'm like, okay, I want to build a version of that. And my last question for you is if anyone out there feels that way too and also is interested in building a Yargle and Multani deck, what's like the first piece of advice that you would give them?
Do it. Do it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Like if you just want, you know what, like this is a bracket too. All right. But whenever you're playing it, you feel so much power.
Yeah.
And if you want to feel the power, if you want to feel like just, I don't know, you're in control in playing green and black, which is unusual, but like every time I feel this, or every time I play this game, I feel so confident in this deck. Like I'm just like, yeah, I got no worries and I'm just chilling and it's so much fun. So highly recommend trying it. And like it. You know, I think we'll probably put a link to both lists because we did it. Yeah. I did do that $50 budget, so it's approachable for people. I know this one is a lot more, but like, you know, I bouged it up, but it's a very approachable deck. So I think it's good for new players. If you're just learning how to play Commander, this is a perfect deck to start with. And, you know, experienced players too. I think it's just a good all around fun, quick thing to play.
Totally.
It has its purpose. It's going to do what it does, and if it doesn't, like, then it doesn't, like, it's just over.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, even
very
if it
straightforward.
doesn't, you've still got a hilarious commander that's just fun. Yeah. I do think the budget thing is a really big deal too. Like, being able to build a deck on a budget and have it function like very strongly, and then you can like upgrade it from there if you like it, is like, that's a huge bonus. I've built a lot of decks before that they don't really work unless you have a lot of the expensive cards, and then I'll play it and I'm like, you know what, I didn't really like that enough to have spent all that money on it. So I do think that's a huge bonus. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Nice. I love that. Sweet. Taalia, thank you so much. This has been so fun. Do you have any like last minute thoughts on the deck, or anything you'd like to shout out? Any upcoming content that you have?
You read my mind.
Yeah, what do you have going on?
You read my mind. So please go check out my YouTube. There's not a lot on there now. It's mostly just deck unboxings, but we have been working really hard on a new series, and Alec here was my first guest. So that's going to be really, really exciting. It's taking a long time to get out into the universe, but it's going to happen. So keep an eye out for that. This is the biggest thing I've ever done in the Magic space by far. And yeah, just, it would be awesome if you check it out. I'm hoping in the next month or two I can start rolling that out. And
it'll be worth the wait. It really will. Yeah, I'm excited. I definitely I'll like retroactively go back once that comes out and add it to this. So
I'm always like looking at our pictures.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that was so fun.
I know.
I'm ready for it to be out.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah. And it's funny because people have no idea what it is.
I have no idea.
You'll be, trust me, you'll be excited about it. So I love it.
Right.
A very vague and mysterious send off, but Yargle and Multani is a mysterious creature. So I think that fits the vibe of the day.
Yeah, that's right. Love
Sweet.
That.
All right. Well, as we wrap up the episode, I always shout out all of my patrons at the All That Glitters level, of which there's one. Jeff, thank you so much for being a patron. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff.
And
thank you so much for having me out for your 6th anniversary.
Yes, happy 6th anniversary. Okay. In 6 more years, I'll have you back for the 12th anniversary.
Oh my gosh.
It'll probably be sooner than that, but
please make it sooner than that.
Yes.
I don't know if I can wait that long.
Yeah,
and I have a bunch of other decks I'm working on. So many good sets this year, and yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time for Commander players. So
you
have to have me out sooner than that.
Definitely. Sweet. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Thank you, Taalia, again for coming on and being a guest today, and we'll catch you all on the next episode.